Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Random Vlogging. Um, yes, for those of you that watch regularly, you may have uh, picked up on the tell that this is going to be a piece of serious pie because I didn't do my whole crazy thing. And yeah, I need to talk and express some frustrations right now, and I don't really have anyone right now, like physically now, that I can talk to. So, unfortunately for you guys, it's you. I also I also wanted to do this video to actually show what it is I go through on a daily basis. Like people watch me on my streams and things like that, and they'll watch my random vloggings and think that's how I am all the time now. And it's not. Normally when I make these videos, I actually do a lot of preparation. As much as it seems like I'm just stream of conscious talking to a camera, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of planning and the things like that. And I have to prepare myself, and there's been quite a few of them that I've actually recorded, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour of footage that I've just deleted because after it's over, I'm like, you know what, this really wasn't what I wanted it to be. I don't think I'm in a place where I can make it what I want it to be. So the image of me that you see normally. Right now is not my life. It was for a very long time, but due to my mental state degrading and going through withdrawal from the medication I've been on for about a year now. I the majority of my time, this is what it is, and it's really uncomfortable, and it sucks just completely. I vehemently despise my life right now, and I'm furious, and I find so much of what's going on in my life right now abhorrent and just completely, I hate it. And so I want to just talk about it. Things like I'm really mad right now because Thor Ragnarok looks amazing. I have watched every single movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've tried to see most of them in theaters. I can't go and see Thor Ragnarok. Not because I don't have the money for it. I could find a way to budget to go see the movie. My agoraphobia and panic disorder is so bad that I can't leave my room, much less get into a car and drive. The closest movie theater to where I live is roughly about a 20-minute drive away, depending on traffic and everything, 25 minutes. I can't handle that. And then sitting in a theater with random strangers because of my agoraphobia and because of my social anxiety disorder, like that terrifies me. Just the thought of it can make my heart start racing and can actually induce a panic attack. When in psychology, when they use the word trigger, that's what they're referring to, is a thing or a thought process or something that will actually trigger a specific action, whether it's triggering a panic attack or triggering a depressive episode or triggering a bipolar shift where you go from manic to depression or any of those things. That's what a trigger is in psychology, not to be confused with the trigger that everyone makes jokes about, which belittles the actual term because it's a very dangerous and it's a very difficult thing to deal with. So I can't go see this movie, and I'm doing absolutely everything I can to avoid spoilers for this movie, because I want to see it, and I want to see it, and I want to be surprised by things in it and things like that. And I'm not going to be able to see it until it comes out on home video. And then there's the new Star Wars movie coming out. And I have seen every Star Wars movie that has come out since I've been alive. I watched all 3 of the trilogies. I watched Episode 7. I've seen them in theaters, except for Rogue One, because it came out while I was dealing with serotonin syndrome. So it's coming out in a couple of weeks here, and again, I'm not going to be able to see it. And it took me a while to see Episode 7, and I had it somewhat spoiled for me, which annoyed the hell out of me, because I was really upset, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I mean I know the 7 lightsaber styles, and I can actually tell you what they're based on, what actual fighting styles and swordplay styles they're actually based on. And I can tell you all this stuff and how Mace Windu created Vapad, and he's one of the few people that's actually able to use it effectively because it taps into anger, which technically can lead down to the dark side. This is the crazy random crap that I know. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and I'm not going to be able to see it in theaters because of my own mental health and disability, and I'm mad. I'm mad that I don't get to do what I want. I'm mad that I can't go. I used to go on Wednesday nights to a local gaming store to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I haven't been able to do that for over a year and a half, maybe 2 years now. I can't actually remember anymore. I can't remember loads of things. My memory is Swiss cheese. It's affecting my ability to DM. If you guys watch the more recent episodes of any of the shows that I stream, you'll notice me constantly looking up things or mentioning that I don't remember, or you may notice accents change between episodes, or even just between point to point during an episode. And it's because I can't actually remember what I did. And it's infuriating, because this is what I like to do, and I used to be really, really good at it, and I can't. And so this is me right now. This is withdrawal. This is panic disorder. This is anxiety. This is what it means to me, and it's not a punchline. It's not funny, and it's not fun, and it's not something that I'm using to get people to pity me, and it's not something I'm trying to get people to feel sorry for me or anything like that. This is my reality, and it fucking sucks. It really, really does, and I don't want it to. And I'm working so hard to change my reality. I see a therapist, and I'm constantly challenged by her to try and continually get better, despite the fact that there are other things that are preventing me from getting better that I have no control over, and yet I'm still fighting. I went on medication that I swore I would never do again a decade ago because of the horrible things that happened. I went because I want to get better. I want to be able to do the things that I want. And so I, against my better judgment, went on meds that almost killed me. And then I've been on more meds to fix the things that they broke. And now I'm going through an incredibly difficult withdrawal process from the medication that they gave me to fix the almost killing me thing. And I could very, very easily and very justifiably just give up on all of this. I don't think there's a single person in the world who, if they knew everything I was going through right now, would not immediately go, well, yeah, that makes sense. Your life really does suck, and I can totally understanding. I can totally understand you not wanting to live that way and taking whatever path you can to get out of that. And I'm not. I'm fighting it. I'm getting through this withdrawal. I'm still in school, despite the fact that I can't remember half the things that I learned, and I have to study 3 or 4 times what any other student has to just look at once because I can't remember things most of the time, and I'm still working towards getting a bachelor's degree that there's a chance I'll never be able to use. But I've worked really, really hard for 3.5 years, and I'm not going to give up simply because my life is continuing to turn into a nightmare I can't escape from. So I'm mad. I'm very, very mad. And I'm tired. I'm tired of not being able to control my own body. This hasn't stopped in over a year. Over a year, I have not been able to use my dominant hand. I used to play an instrument. I can't do that anymore. I used to draw maps for my D&D campaigns. I can't do that. I can barely type anymore because as I type, I hit the wrong keys, or I hit a key 7 times. And I have to backspace and things like that. Things I used to do all the time. I can't anymore because I can't stop my arm from shaking. And it's tiring, and it's painful, and I hate it. So I'm mad. But I'm not giving up. As horrible as my life is right now, as much as I would like nothing more than it to just stop, I'm not giving up. I'm going through this. I'm getting help. I'm doing everything I possibly can to survive this. And I have no idea if I'm going to make it through to the end. Benzo withdrawal, the medication I'm currently being taken off of, can be deadly. It can kill you. Which is why I have a phenomenal psychiatrist who's helping me through this and watching my dosage and everything like that, so that I don't die from it. But I still could. It causes seizures and strokes. By the way, for those of you wondering, this is not a seizure. This is a complication of the tremor in my right arm. It's what's called a psychogenic tremor. It is caused by my anxiety, and as my anxiety gets worse, like into a panic attack, like what I'm having now, the tremor sometimes can move, sometimes gets worse, things like that. So I'm not, at least I don't think I'm not currently having a seizure. It is simply an aspect of the psychogenic tremor that normally just limits itself to my arm. And every so often we'll go, you know what, I'm bored. Let's see how many different things we can get going. So, yes, if you've watched this to the end, I am safe. I have people that are looking out for me and making sure that I'm not making decisions that I will end up regretting, or rather, I probably wouldn't end up regretting because I'd be dead at the moment. But I'm not contemplating, nor am I planning on hurting myself or ending my life or anything like that. I am just very, very angry right now, and the anger, like this panic attack I'm going through right now, will fade. I'll get over it. That's how it works. To be blunt, if there is anything that ever makes you feel anger that never goes away, you probably need to speak to someone about that. But it's perfectly normal to get angry and upset about bad things. That's perfectly normal. It's perfectly valid. And it's okay to get angry and to say you're angry and to be angry and to just experience that anger because it's real. It's a real emotion. You're justified in doing it. And then to accept that that's a part of who you are and move on from it, because life keeps on moving, whether I get to see Thor Ragnarok or not, or the new Star Wars film. If it gets spoiled for me or whatever, I will probably be angry. But life will move on. I hear they're planning a third one. So maybe by the time that one comes out, I will have my panic disorder and agoraphobia under enough control that I can see a matinee or something where there aren't as many people there. Who knows? No one can predict the future, despite the fact that I just took a course called Financing where half of it is predicting the future. Specifically the future of money. By the way, if you want to piss me off, ask me about net present value. Because that's a nightmare. Anyway, like I said, I'm very angry right now, and I needed to say something about it. And I also wanted to show a side of myself I have been terrified to show anyone, because it's scary. It's really scary to not be able to control your body. It's terrifying. It's really scary to not be able to talk the way you want to. I have an extensive vocabulary, and I'm having a hard time saying single syllable words. And that's really angering and scary. And I want people to know that this is happening, that this is real. This is what I go through every single day and have been for a long time. And will be for at least a while longer. Because I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in to this sickness, to this disease. Anyway, that's all for me. I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.